Because people just say hip hop, but they don't really explain the inspiration why you like hip hop. Why is it a part of what you associate with? It's part of our culture. We're black. I'm straight up. I'm gonna say that. It's black culture. So it's just to explain it to other people who are say they're part of the hip hop culture, but the difference to us.
I hear that. Well, if you want me to start then on why hip hop started for me, it was definitely being out here as like a young youth, and I have to give a shout out to the lady of Jamaican funk, who actually Miss Me, who was like to actually like get me really like seeing what like the hip hop is really kind of like more about, because we were only getting like a certain version, of course, of like the hip hop, which was like, I would say like the MC Hammer and stuff like that. But when I started digging deep, I was like really attracted to like Slick Rick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Storyteller. Then I got into like Eazy-E from NWA.
Aggressive.
You know what I mean? I still can't believe to this day at elementary school I got to perform We Want Easy in front of like the whole entire school. You know what I mean? So even having like that type of like influence on my life, and then really like growing up where it's like then Nas became like my type of like artist, because he was always talking about like what's really going on in a blues perspective.
Storytelling as well.
Storytelling as well. So it was like no harm to anything, but there was like a lot of influence too in regards to like the hip hop, because it's like you got to see brothers of like yourself now being successful in certain things. So yes, Run DMC, also getting to see the first hip hop crew to actually do a movie, which was Fat Boys with the Disorderlies. You know what I mean? Like back in those days, taking it way back.
Who's the Man? Remember Who's the Man?
I remember Who's the Man. That's and all like that was like a spinoff afterwards with the next like Ed Lover, and Dr. Dre there too, I think it was. You know what I mean? A different Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
So like those were like definitely a strong influence of like hip hop to where what we came up and now started growing up to, where it now became like, all right, the storytellers of like the streets is what's really going on, because I could relate to it, because a lot of us had to do certain types of like things because the industry was like already like a knock against us.
Yeah, it wasn't commercialized yet.
It wasn't really so commercialized. Super commercialized. It was still, so they had their selection of like certain hip hop artists being like commercialized, is like what I said, like MC Hammer.
Yeah. Vanilla
You know what
Ice.
I mean? Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tag team.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch, you know.
There's like a whole bunch,
wonders you're talking about? One hit wonders you're talking about?
Really, are they though? Because MC Hammer, see, and it's not. I want to bring him up.
Just commercialized. Like,
he just was commercialized. But if you look on MC Hammer, he's an MC. He's really an MC, man.
MC Hammer was an MC. Yeah.
But he sold. I want to say pop-esque.
Okay, but after that one hit, right?
But that's what it was. Like at the time, that was the only thing being accepted by like the record industries, because they wanted something that could actually sell, that was going against like the grain. And it wasn't really until you started seeing like Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? NWA. You know what I mean? When it started to become a little bit more
like
different.
Big acts. That's when they became like these big acts.
Yeah, like when Run DMC to me was starting to become like, like worldwide, where people are saying like, oh, Run DMC is our version of like the Beatles.
Yeah.
For the hip hop. You know what I mean? And I would definitely agree to it. Like Run DMC was definitely like a game changer.
Foundation type of shit.
Yeah.
Like
hugely.
They completely changed the game.
Yeah.
It's true. I don't think Run DMC, as funny as it, like we're talking about it, still get the recognition they deserve.
I think they do. I just think the era that we're in right now is so far
Yeah, the era that we're in, that we're living in now, is so far, because I don't even think like even us that are like having kids already have shown them like
Like
the lineage.
the kids of today don't know.
Yeah,
about Indian
they don't really know too much about
unless
it.
their
Yeah,
parents are like diehard
No, they
hip hop,
don't.
like
you know,
Die Hard, and like
That's
they're
why it's
growing up in
important
it.
for this
or they have older
hip-hop
siblings. That's
museum.
Yeah, and older siblings.
Yeah.
something.
That's
Somebody
why
that's
it's
It's definitely
why-
like a dislodge.
That's
Yeah,
why it's important for this hip hop museum to come out.
Okay.
Right now. Because a lot of these youths need to be educated.
But do they even care
Yeah,
about
they
a
won't care
museum?
about that.
they're not gonna really too
It's hip
care
hop, right?
unless they're really dedicated
Yeah, but-
into like
They're
being
not
in the craft of
dedicated to
it.
hip hop. Yeah,
It
you're
has to
right.
be-
What
it
you're
has to be,
saying.
like,
Hip
I
hop,
get what you're
right?
saying. They have to learn it.
No,
but
you're
hip
right.
hop,
What
right?
you're
the
saying.
way,
No,
the way
they
how
don't
we
care if
get
it's
it to
hip
them,
hop.
though.
Let me tell you this
The
right
way
now.
how you get it to
The
them.
way how it's going right now, like think about like how the mixture of all like now of music is going on right now.
Yeah,
Right now, the popularity is really the Afro beats.
yeah, Afrobeats. You're right.
Remember?
Yep.
I can even remember like even 5-6 years ago, soca started to like being like the more soca and calypso
Yeah.
started to being the more bigger thing out here in Toronto.
Yeah.
In regards to like the events and everything
Yeah.
going on, like
Yeah.
every type of like genre is having now like their spotlight or their time.
And now it's Afrobeats. That's why
And now
hip
it's
hop,
Afro, yeah.
even in America, in the build, what they were saying, like in the rankings, has went down compared to like
number ones and shit
like
like that.
Afrobeats.
Yeah,
Afrobeats is
because it's now more the international acceptance, because it's always now more uplifting in a way. It's more like that.
But I
Reggae
get
was
what I get what Rock is saying though,
Mhm.
because if the youth out today, the current generation, right? If they had more of a understanding of the foundation,
Yeah.
maybe that would make more of them will be making more quality
Yes.
type music. You know what I'm saying? Or art, I should say.
Like in their own way.
Yeah, it don't have to be.
It doesn't.
You know what I'm
they
saying?
don't
Boom
have to
bap.
copy
Yeah.
or nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
You know
that's
I mean?
what the
In their
whole
own
disconnect
way.
is.
I just
Like,
think we lost heads. Like, you know how heads is the thing? Like a real head. A hip hop
Yeah.
head. You know what I'm saying?
So-
Heads should be a thing for every generation. Just
So-
like how rock
Mm.
has like those real rockers, right?
But,
Yeah.
okay,
They're not like the rockers of today are not trying to like diss or shit on. They're still rockers. Like,
So
Yeah.
now let's go back. Like, if you're like, I was like, you would like to look up like old things, like things before my time.
I like to look up
Right.
foundation of stuff.
So,
Yeah.
there is
continue.
probably some youth, right, who do that, but they're not. They're overshadowed by the stereotype of.
Well,
what
remember,
we're
it's
saying
because
right
the
now.
way how the industry is right now.
There's
Before,
the ones who are listening
All right.
to the
Of
and
course.
looking.
Let me take out. Let me take out.
They're
the
just
music.
not
Let
gonna
me take out the
be-
music, for instance. An athlete,
They
right?
probably don't even
They
mention what
glorify
they listen
certain
to.
athletes back in the day. Wouldn't they want to watch some of their back in the day clips to see maybe a certain
not popular
move
anymore.
or certain
not
a
popular.
certain whatever move
Yeah.
or whatever they want
It's
to
not
master
popular.
themselves in their way?
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
No, you're absolutely right.
So isn't it the same way should be
You're
for
right.
music
You're
in a
right.
different way?
It should.
Should
I missed that part. Sorry, because I
It
was
should
like,
be. I'll give you a good example. What he's saying is he's look at it from an aspect of sports, right?
Yeah,
In sports, you always tap into the greats, and you go back and you look at their footage, and you know what I mean. You take from that, and you become a great in your own way. Now, with hip hop, I agree. It should be still going on like that. It is. Maybe that's like you're saying. Maybe that kind of gets overlooked on purpose because of like the machine, right?
That's why I'm glad that they're at least having this interest finally to start this hip hop museum. And they're taking all eras, not from only back in the day until now.
But even if they have
You know
the
what I mean?
museum,
Like-
are they gonna promote it that the youth are gonna give?
Youth are not
care?
into museums. But check this though. You see the irony of it, right? I heard this
museums
point
are
before.
only going to be for us when we're done old and gray,
Yeah.
like saying that
Youth
that's
is
what
not
we want to
into
do
it.
for like a trip. These youths are used to now everything digitally.
Yeah,
They're going to want to see the museum digitally, yo.
yeah, it's true.
But check this though.
Like, come on,
Look
man.
at this though. This is a good point that lends to what he's trying to say. What he's saying. Just because something is older, it doesn't. Just because something is new, it doesn't necessarily mean it's dope.
That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying?
That's true.
Although hip hop is It's
Yeah,
always
the problem
about
is
new
that
and
the
dope.
machine is pushing out the whack shit to being
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, but here it is. But that's what I'm saying. It generationally, just because something is new, it doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Before that, it's less dope.
Yeah.
I'll give you the prime example in hip hop culture. Jordan,
Mike
right?
Jordans.
All the young niggas hold Jordans to a higher standard.
Yeah, heist.
Yeah.
High.
Because
Almost every generation in hip hop holds it, right?
Yeah.
Go on.
Right?
Go on. I'm waiting.
So for a lot of them to act like
Yeah.
we just hating all the time and we're saying, yo, you know what I'm saying? That's a good example to show them like, yo, the foundation shit is dope.
And guess what?
Don't overlook it, because look at Jay's. Jordan's never went out of style.
But check this out.
You know what I'm saying?
A majority of the time,
Bars should never go out of
they
style.
want the
Wittiness,
they want
Yeah.
the
creativity.
the rare ones. They want the first Jordans too. They want that one. First ones. Majority of the time.
So don't think that we're always shitting on you, young homies. When we critique, when we're a little bit, you know,
But it's
strong
easier
with the
to
critique
it's easier to critique
of the
because-
art, or of some of the level of art.
For me,
You know what
I
I mean?
don't really think a lot of these new artists are even really like what I would say rappers or really even artists. I'm gonna be straight up critiquing.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying though.
You
A
know.
lot of them are jinglers, yo. All they put out is jingle
Explain
pop
jinglers.
tunes, yo.
Opportunists, man.
All right.
I want him to explain it because I have a
right.
feeling what he's gonna
Jinglers.
say.
You remember Jamie Foxx had a TV show?
Jamie Foxx show.
The Jamie Foxx show.
Yeah.
All right. You remember the job that he was working at?
Yeah.
What was his job to do?
He worked for like Jingles R Us or some shit like that.
Jingles.
All right.
Advertisements.
Jingles 2000,
Advertisements.
right?
Yeah.
How do you think the game went literally in regards to like the music, literally? That's what I saw with the hip hop game.
I mean, I seen it when the ringtones came in.
Thank you.
ringtone-
When the ringtones fully came in, that's when I realized that that's all that these people are. And then the popularity with like, what was
brought
the
down
next
the
one?
quality
Yeah, brought down the quality.
because now everything's going through your phone.
You know what it is now
and
today?
shit, and you have to
It
get,
was ringtones. Now it's reels and TikToks.
yeah, but
You
everything
make songs for
For
short
reels, for
attention
short,
but
yeah, for
everything
short
is more.
attention span.
You lose the control. It's more through the platform now, because when it was a hard copy, now you could buy the shit. Yeah,
You are more like buying the quality of the stuff. That's why I even said, like,
and
remember
then
now, too,
players. They got rid of the players.
with the digital platform now, yes, you get a lot more artists and a lot more open opportunity for people to break through. But when back in the day now, when you actually had a good artist that broke through, the quality of their album, what I was saying the other day with Russ, was that their albums could actually last a good 2-3 years. You know what I mean? You would have like a meth album to Cal lasting 2 years because there wasn't such like a demand in regards to like a next album being done, because this album is already selling already well and it's still holding off well.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? And that's also now to the generation that we grew up where we had like Maestro with his album when it was just drop the needle, let your backbone slide. Look how long that one was lasting out here in Canada. All like a good 5-6 years.
yeah.
Yo, it's crazy that you were talking about this. I took a snapshot of a comment that I thought that was very interesting about the same topic.
Same thing,
Take
yeah.
this in. The death of the physical copy eliminated the real value of a song.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Think about it.
I said it.
One stream song is a single copy shared in the cloud. All you have to do is put your own proprietary extension on the file.